the biggest ship graveyard. The attack on Truk was a tremendous victory for the U.S. Navy. The Japanese lost over 17,000 tons of stored fuel, and losses from merchant ships surpassed 200,000 tons. Over 4,500 Japanese personnel perished during the surprise attack, and 30 merchant ships, 6 auxiliary ships, 3 auxiliary cruisers, 4 destroyers, and 2 light cruisers were sunk. Truk immediately became one of the biggest ship graveyards in the world. With the territory now neutralized, the Americans were able to continue their advances to conquer Japan. The campaigns of Peleliu, Iwo Jima, and Okinawa loomed ahead, and the battered Japanese would continue fighting to the last man. In 1969, French explorer Jacques Cousteau conducted an expedition in the lagoon and discovered the wreckages of a dozen Japanese ships. Some of the vessels were very close to each other and almost intact, and explorers were surprised to find the remains of many of the Japanese sailors still inside the ships. This prompted the government of Japan to give them a proper burial. Truk Lagoon has since become a tourist attraction, with its beautiful vistas and crystal-clear waters still covering an impressive amount of ships, aircraft, and supplies.
Flying low, flying low, I'm flying low. I'm under the gun on the road, I'm flying low.
These are 14-inch armor-piercing shells, which were some of the larger of the guns that were used in the cruisers and battleships of this era. The world-famous droid steering unit on the bridge of the Nippo. This ship was chock full of munitions and torpedoes and periscopes, just about anything a sub would want. Nice little stash of fine china, too. Oh, and don't forget, submariners like to drink too. One of the many squeeze plays we had to perform getting around those engine rooms. This snapper and I bonded during this dive. Unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye, little buddy. As I scan over the top of the ship, it's pretty apparent that the deck is collapsing into the ship itself. The Fujikawa was our second night dive, and because that deck is covered with soft and hard corals, I couldn't resist but to whip out my fluoro gear to give it a spin. The forward hull peeled back like an onion. Do you think these guys had some munitions on board? Yeah, I'd want some alcohol too if I was sitting on a boat with that much explosives. Definitely one of the highlights of the trip, the cargo hold with the trucks. Thanks, Danny, for providing the lighting. This is a depth charge waiting to be launched from the stern of a cargo ship. Well, look what rises from the cargo hold. Hey guys, you have fun down there? That'll suffice for a yes. The bow gun. Our friends the Japanese. One thing you can say about them is they don't go anywhere without lots of alcohol. All the dials in the engine room frozen into place are pretty darn cool, actually, including the time that it actually sunk, 6:45 a.m. legendary $1 million wreck that sank full of munitions. Gunite bomb fuses scattered about. Aerial bombs. A tanker truck wedged into the cargo hold. And the legendary battle tanks, one precariously resting on the other and both nicely overgrown with beautiful soft corals. This was a stellar deep deco dive with a max depth at 185 feet within the cargo hold. But unfortunately, it's time to go. Our last engine room tour. One of the things we were told to watch out for on this engine room tour was all the wrenches, perfectly ordered from large to small.